If you are seeing this video, that means that I have hit 1,000 subscribers. And we are going to be going through my entire Pokemon card collection, sort of. This right here is one of 7 boxes that we will be going through. Normally, I store these things in a binder, but I took the time to take all of them out, reorganize everything, and get them all ready to go. This one right here is entirely just V cards. We have 2 of these ETBs with just V cards, and then 5 other ETBs full of these guys. Now, I didn't want to do some long intro, so I decided to start off here with the Vs, so I can kind of explain what we're going to go through. Oh, sorry about that, I had to fix some lighting issues. So obviously, this video is going to be long, and it's going to take a very long time for me to edit, because I have to price check every single one of these cards. Long story short, not only do I want to price check it for you guys, but at the same time, in my collection, I used to keep track of it via the TCG Player app, and I kind of fell off from doing that. And I'm basically restarting. I'm not going to be doing what I used to do, where every single one of my like 10,000, 11, 13, I don't know how many thousands of cards I have now, were being cataloged, even the energies. I'm just going to focus on the good stuff this time around, so I get to build that while I'm editing this video. So, there's a chance that this video is releasing a while after I hit the 1,000 subs. Also, if you're wondering about the lighting here, normally I don't show hard sleeves in my videos a whole lot, so this glare that you're seeing isn't usually a big problem. But if I turn that light off, it kind of ruins the whole thing. So, sad to say, I don't have much of another choice. Obviously, the prices pulling up on screen are going to be there very briefly, because I'm only showing the cards very briefly. There is one of the few Japanese cards in this collection. We have the Samurott V, and I think, yeah, there's a second English one behind it, and then a different Samurott V. But yeah, I spent basically the entirety of yesterday organizing these things just for this video. I've been planning this out for a while. I really do have to thank you guys so much. Like, obviously, I couldn't hit 1,000 subscribers with at least there being 1,000 of you guys supporting me. So yeah, like I said, there are a lot of Vs here, and it is going to be the most boring part of this video. So I figured start off with this so it only gets more exciting from there, and it gives me time to explain things without there just being nothing else going on. We have the Melmetal V. I think we have a handful. Yeah, we have like, what was that, 3 or 4 of those there. The Genesect Vs. I'm trying to get these to where the glare isn't super bad. Maybe I just pull it back a bit, because when it's up close, I don't know, I think that's mostly just the angle that I hold it at. What if I just angle it up, or down? Yeah, I think we're just going to have to deal with it. We have the Metagross V, the... Whoa, didn't mean to do that. We have the Corviknight V, 2 of that boy, Zamazenta, Copperjaw, Zacian. So yeah, as for what section of cards we're going through and what order, after the Vs, it's going to be pretty much random. I have 1 or 2 categories that I might save till the end, but for the most part, it's going to go random. There's a chance that we're going to jump to some weird crap before we even get to, like, the full art Vs. Yeah, if you're curious, these are all just the standard Vs. I probably didn't mention that. None of these are like the full arts or any alt arts. Like, literally, these are just all of the standards. I mean, you have some nice ones here, like you have the Dark Sylveon V. Granted, this card is just a promo, but it's a very beautiful card. But it's still basically just a standard V. Yeah, yesterday was a very exciting day for me because my car sprung a gas leak. I don't know if you guys know anything about gas, but gas happens to be a little flammable. So the day before, my car broke down while I was at work, and we had to go back to work with a friend slash coworker of mine to go fix my gas leak. Go home. Well, we had to like do groceries and all that crap first. Then I got home and pretty much immediately got to work with reorganizing this collection. I'm sure I'm still made a few mistakes somewhere. I can guarantee it. We're gonna find a mistake or two. Actually, I remember from a recent thing I was working on, we got this Pidgeot V, and I saw that little black spot on its wing. I'm not sure how well you guys are seeing it there. That's not like dirt on the card, it's like actual ink, and I was like, that has to be a mistake. When I was organizing, I can tell, yes, it is just like a print mistake. They got some extra ink on the card. But yeah, I got home and did all of this. It took way too long. This V is a bit special, so you have these 2 Arceus Vs here, right? But if we take a look at this boy, you might notice the holo is a little bit different, especially there on the back. Yeah, this is the metal Arceus that comes from the UPC. They happen to still fit nice and well in these top loaders. We have the Ho-Oh-V and we have the Oranguru. You know what, this lighting is really bothering me. I hate that glare. I'm gonna take a short break and see if there's something I can do about that. You know what, no, we got a little bit of this. Okay, we got a small stack here, and then we'll be halfway through the V's, and then I'll do that. So we have the Oranguru, Tornadus, Slacking, Dubwool, different Dubwool, Eevee, Salamence, Ditto, Stoutland, and a Dragapult V. Alright, that is one of these boys done, many more to go. Of course, certain boxes and certain things we'll go through a lot slower. These Vs are just so boring. Like, I still get kind of excited whenever I pull a V, but it's not like the... It's fine. They're usually like, you know, like 30 cents half the time. Like, yeah, you can get some. I'm sure there were some in there that are a lot higher value. But these are kind of just like fodder, man. And I'm probably crazy for actually hard sleeving every single one of them, but I'm big on protecting my card. Okay, I have done a fair amount of work. It might not be perfect. It's hard to tell because I haven't like hooked it up to my PC monitor yet, but it looks better from at least the little camera I have on here. Little screen I have on here. So hopefully you guys appreciate it a little bit. So the lighting still isn't perfect, but I think it's a lot better. If I turn too far this way, you guys are going to go blind, but it should be far better. So now we have the Gyarados V, Starmie V, we have the Omastar. I actually remember in another video I had mentioned whenever we pulled an Omastar, I think I had like 2 or 3 of them. Well, I had like 3 or 4 or 5, I don't remember. No, I only have the 2. I thought I had a handful of that guy. I don't know why he felt so familiar to me, like I've seen him a bunch. We have 2 Glaceons and a much nicer looking Glaceon in my opinion. I think this is one that came... Okay, no, these were the ones that came from the promo boxes. Because I bought the original Glaceon box, and then they did the Evolutions box. And so it came with another one of these, and then this is the one actually from Evolving Skies. So we have the Ice Call Rex, I believe those are all promo. Okay, that one actually is not promo. Vaporeon, and Milotic. Alright, next pile, we have the Infernape V. These are both promos. We have the Entei promo Lance's Charizard, a regular Charizard V from Darkness Ablaze. We have the Delphox V, the Flareon V promo. I think all the Evolutions are going to have 2 of, because I'm pretty sure I bought every one of those Evolution boxes, and then I bought the Evolutions box. There should be videos for all of those up on my channel as well. They definitely helped me get to the point that I am now at 1,000 subscribers. Not that those are like the big, you know, booms for this channel, and they're just like V boxes. I'm sure the views on them were pretty average for the time. But I guess I can talk about a little bit of my history with content creation, seeing as I just hit a giant milestone. So I assume a lot of you guys won't know this. I actually started off as a Twitch streamer, and believe it or not, I had a lot more success on there than I do on YouTube. So you're probably wondering, why did I leave Twitch? Like with Twitch, I was actually like making money off of it. To this point, I still haven't made a single penny off of doing YouTube. And if you look at my channel, there's like over like 500 videos if you include YouTube Shorts. I think nearing 600 videos. Like a lot of money goes into this, and I'm getting nothing out of it. And some of you guys might have the misconception that when you hit 1,000 subscribers, you start making money, you get monetized. That's not how it works. There's another requirement. You have to hit 4,000 hours of watch time, and it's still gonna be a bit till I hit that. But I started off on Twitch. It started with a group of friends. We used to play Overwatch together. It's how a lot of us met. Then look towards Seymour.
What do you mean?
Like, look up towards Seymour's head from here.
Just...
Oh, you're dabbing! You're dabbing!
Am I?
Have you ever seen a widow get fucked?
Yeah, by Tracer.
That's not okay.
What do you mean by Tracer?
Think about it.
Well, I fucked her over a pool table.
Don't ever say hi to me ever again.
I eventually moved away from Overwatch, started doing like community night stuff. We do like Jackbox and golf with your friends and games I could actually play with the community.
No. Heck.
Stacks.
What?
How are you this bad?
No! I'm I'm trying really hard.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, you got it. You got it. Come on. Oh my god.
I started doing other things as well. We had like a Minecraft server going. Used to play quite a bit of things on there. I would stream constantly.
Also, we have been streaming for 2 hours, and this is the first Pokemon I've gone to catch today. And it ran away. What a way to start off this day. Alright, chat, which is basically this Phantom and Cyborg. What should we name the Soul Rock? Phantom, there is a 1 minute cooldown on that.
Name it Dwayne. The Soul Rock Johnson, dude.
Soul Rock. Take it easy.
Like I said, like, just a few seconds ago, I hate you.
And it got to be too much, and trying to fit streams in when my audience was around was a kind of challenging thing to do. And I kind of wished that there was a way, and I know it's not because it's live and you can't do that live, but to make content that I could essentially schedule out to go up when my community is active, but not when, you know, like I'm stressing out about stuff like, oh, I have to wake up early to stream, or I have to stay up late, or I have work so I can't. And I eventually started a YouTube channel. It actually was not this one though. I always link my original channel down in the description. I still post on there occasionally. It's probably been like a year now. But I eventually kind of got back into doing Pokemon and yada yada. This channel started. The origins of this channel were not pretty. Go back and watch some of my original videos. They were bad. I was literally filming because I only had, we only have 2 desks in this house. My computer setup and my girlfriend's computer setup, and none of those are good for filming this kind of thing. What we did have is a dresser in my bedroom. Issue is, my computer's not in there. Little hard to record good quality audio in there. So I had a lav mic that was hooked up to my phone. The lighting was atrocious. The lights that I used for that originally early on, I still have. They are awful lights. I just spilled a bunch of cards, by the way. I'm not cleaning them up right now. I still use those lights whenever I do like a background for like the, I'll throw a little thing in here. So I picked it up and then didn't realize that the other side is see-through and I can see that it's a cartridge. For the like Amazon return store videos, and like whenever I use the green screen, it helps cast some light on the lower half where I usually struggle because those lights are very harsh and do a good job with that. God, oh, it's so hot in this room. I do all this stupid crap for this channel. But they were not good for filming these kind of videos. Yeah, it was a very harsh start. I had a couple videos that did surprisingly well. But yeah, YouTube has definitely been a struggle and a grind. There have been times where I'm like so stressed out and I just consider, you know, pulling the plug, like just not doing it anymore. But that feeling never lasts more than a day, and I'm usually right back to spending my life editing. We have a Gallade V there, not a bad one. Ushifuru, and with the end of my little how this YouTube thing started, we are also at the end of all of the V's. Hi, Editor Man here. I forgot to record this, so I'm doing it last minute. This is the original binder that I stored all my hard sleeves in. You can see I use these like Ultra Pro pages that actually hold the cards in place, and you have this little flap that actually holds them. I also have tabs that kind of organize what type they are, although I actually need a few more of those pages. This binder is actually pretty much full. I don't want to put any more in there, so I actually have an ETB full of cards I still can't put in a binder yet. But this is a majority of the cards that are not in a V category. Again, here we have a little Pikachu on the side, so this is a thick binder. These, if you're curious, I think they're called Kurashi. They're Japanese movie posters. They're like small print posters. And I thought they looked kind of cool in the front of this. And yeah, actually here in the back I also have the Detective Pikachu movie poster. Our other binder has like no decoration on it, but this is all of the V's. In fact, from here to here is just V. Actually, I think full art V's start around here, because like I said, I need some more dividers. But then you have like, you know, the full art V's, the V-Star and VMAX are all in this big boy. Like I said, I only have the 2 dividers right now for V and VMAX. I need to get more of these things. I tend to lag behind when it comes to doing this stuff properly. On a side note, I wish a company would finally come around and make better pages. These are fine, but you know, the flap things are kind of annoying, but I just hate this plastic crap. I don't like using these like clear plastic thing in my binders. I wish you would have a company like Voltex make some black ones that can fit these hard sleeve while still having that flap so the cards won't fall out the top. These just look boring. I don't like the look of these pages, but it's kind of the only option. I guess this will be a fun one to do. We're going to be going through all of the shiny cards. Now this is a weird part of the collection, and this is where it shows that I organize things probably a bit different than most people, but I imagine that everyone has their own weird ways of doing things. I'm not alone in this. So I used to just have these shiny vault cards in their own place in this giant binder. I should probably show you guys the binder later in the video. I actually have to have 2 of them now. The spine's like this big. You guys will see it. But now we have Radiant cards. And Radiant cards are very similar to the Shiny Vault. They have a really nice effect going on here. And obviously they say Radiant, but I just decided because there still aren't a whole lot of Radiants for at least the time being to combine both of those 2 collections, but still keeping them kinda separate. So I guess really we're going to be starting off here with the Radiant. So we have a Radiant Steelix, we have the Venusaur from Go, we actually got 2 of that boy, we have 2 of the Charizard from Go, and I never pulled the Blastoise. I actually have 1 more Go product that I need to film eventually, and if I still don't pull the Blastoise, I am not buying another. I am just going to buy the Blastoise and move on. I am so done with Pokemon Go. But then we have the other Radiant Charizard. I can't remember what set you are. Yeah, you're Crown Zenith. We have the Radiant Tasserina, the Radiant Alakazam. We got 3 of that boy. The Radiant Greninja, which just makes me happy. We have the Radiant Heatran. Then we have the Radiant Hawlucha. We got 2 of those. The Radiant Hisuian Sneasler. Then we get on to the Shiny Vault. These things are kind of hard to qualify as Shiny Vault, as we've actually had these cards in other sets where I think they might have been in a trainer gallery thing at one point. But they're not really shiny. But it says SV, so I consider it part of the Shiny Vault. So we have the Eternatus VMAX and the Eternatus V. But then we get on to the Boltund V. We have the Scyther, who really doesn't look that different as a shiny. You have the Dracovish, the Radiant Oh, wait, why are you not with the Radiance? Whoops, we'll move you. I might have actually done that with a couple of these. Like I said, we're going to find some mistakes in here. We have the Poltegeist, the Cramorant V. We got 2 of that boy, the Indeedee V. But then following up the Shiny Indeedee V, we actually have the standard Shiny Indeedee. I love getting those like mini little collections like that, including this one. So we have the Shiny Dragapult here. But then we have the Shiny Dragapult V, which is actually a promo, 2 of him. And then we have the promo Shiny Dragapult VMAX. So it's not that good because they're kind of just promos, but the fact that we actually pulled the regular version helps as well. There's another version of the VMAX. We have our Decidueye boy. Weird thing. I know for a fact that we pulled 2 of these, because we pulled them like back to back. But I can't find it. I could only find the one Ditto. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm fairly certain we did 2 of those. We have the Eldegoss V, we have the Galarian Ponyta, the Nickit, we have Magnemite, nice little pea-colored. We have the Galarian Sirfetch'd, 2 of those. This is another fun one, so the Toxicity, and then the Toxicity V, and the Toxicity V Max. And our last little stack of shiny boys here, we have the Crobat V Max, the Crobat V, we have the Dubwool, the Dubwool V, Galarian Mr. Rhyme, the Flapple, which I love his shiny. We have the Guzzlord GX. I think this is the only GX shiny I got, but that is a nice full art boy right there. We have the Pink Yamper, the Silicobra, the Dottler, the Scorbunny. We have a second Scorbunny, and we even have the Reboot, but I don't have a Cinderace. We do have a Graplock, though. Let's go through a really spicy one. We have the golden cards. I don't got a lot. So yeah, like I said, my golden collection is very small. We have the Big Parasail, the Fan of Waves, the... Okay, I thought they were sticking together. We have the Egg Incubator, the Tag Call, the Rapid... I think the rest of them are just energies. The Rapid Strike Energy. We actually got 2 of that boy. The V-Guard Energy. We have the Water Energy, the basic Fighting Energy, and another Fighting Energy. So, very small golden collection there. At least I have a decent amount of rainbows. Oh yeah, I also wanted to mention when I was talking about the streaming thing, I would love to get back to streaming, and I hope that I can one day. But right now, trying to balance my full-time job along with my, social life and things that I kind of have to do as a human being, as well as this channel, I don't got the time for it. If the day ever comes that I'm actually making a living online, Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming. It will be coming back in full swing. I would also love to revive the other channel and get actively posting on there. I keep getting so many ideas for fun things to do for the other channel. I just don't have time for it. So we're now doing the amazing rares. Of course, there are not many of these at all. But we have the 2 Reshrams there. We have the Zamazenta. We have the Kyogre, the Raikou, my favorite boy, the Yevatiel, and a second one of him as well. Oh, you might also notice some inconsistency in our sleeves here. Yes, all of these are sleeved. Most of my cards are sleeved using the Dragon Shield sealable sleeves. They kind of like fold a flap behind the card so nothing can like touch the card again. But some of them are using the official Pokemon sleeves. Most of these are like that because they are older. I sleeved them a while back, and I'm too lazy to go back and re-sleeve all of them with the better ones. I also just like these more. The shine and stuff comes through a lot better on these than they do on the official Pokemon ones. Ooh, this is a real spicy one to get into. This is actually one of my favorite parts of Pokemon collecting. I'm sure a lot of you guys will agree. I want to say it is my favorite, but it's up there. I imagine this stack right here... Oh, I just punched my microphone. I imagine the stack right here is also worth a decent amount of money if I were to sell them off. So let's start going through the full art trainers. Again, rainbow rares and stuff will not be included. Those are in their own section. But we have the Arven, the Raihan, Cynthia's Ambition. I feel like this one had some value behind it, but I think I remember being like a little surprised at how low it was. I don't remember. We have the Fantina, Gardina's Vigor, Zissou, the Friends in Sinnoh. This card, of course, is a very valuable card. It is the most expensive card from the Scarlet and Violet base set, if I remember correctly. I know it's the most expensive one from like the special illustration rares. I think it is altogether. That or it's in like second. But I like the card. It looks cool. I don't hate it. I don't see why the value is so high. I'm guessing it's just really useful, but very happy to have it in the collection at least. We have the Boss's Orders. Actually, this reminds me, because there's some little bit of gunk in here. I was doing this on carpet. I didn't have enough big enough workspace to organize all this crap, so it happens. The cards are still fine. There's a very, 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 very good chance that you guys are going to be seeing some cards from videos that are not out yet. It depends on when I hit the 1,000 subscriber mark, because I've already filmed some videos that are not out yet. I think this was also a higher one, and we have the Trainer Spark. My camera's overheating, so I'm going to give it a little bit of a break here. Alright, camera has been cooled down. Let's keep going through these. What was I talking about? You know, I don't know. I had planned on continuing the conversation that we were discussion I was talking about there. I forgot what it was. It took me a bit to do that, and then I got distracted with some other things. Yeah, so anyways, moving on, we have Lily's Full Force. This actually came from the first ever convention I went to. We bought just 2 Japanese packs. Also, yeah, my finger has a little bit of a wound there. We bought 2 Japanese packs, and this was a pull in one of them. And I know, at least at the time, it was a very valuable card. So it might still be. We have 2 different professors' researches here. Oh, actually, 3. I forgot about Oak. We got 2 of those. Then we have the Piers, the Gym Trainer, Evelyn, Misty's Determination. I know at least at one point this was pretty high as well. We have the Candice, Cabu, Olivia. We have the single strike style Mustard. I thought we had the other one, maybe not. We have the Grant, the Misfortune Sisters, Lisa's Sparkle, Shauna, and the Clara. And I just remembered what it was I was discussing. It's great this video is like kind of jank, because honestly, like, if this video went off without a hitch and I actually like was a good content creator for at least 5 minutes of it, it wouldn't be real, right? This wouldn't be like a real sub-special for the Junk Seeker channel. So anyways, we're going on to the full art Vs here. Some of these are more special than others, and they're kind of randomly put in here. These aren't really that well organized. But yeah, I have recorded some videos that were planned to go out at a certain time, and yeah, we actually pulled 2 of this Starmie V right here. One we actually pulled off video, one we pulled on video. These are the most expensive trainer gallery for Master Radiance, I believe. I can't remember. I think they're like about 30-40 bucks. You guys have already seen the price. But yeah, you're probably going to see some cards in here. I think this might even be one of them. I don't remember. That aren't actually... No, you were early. you were an early one. That I pulled in videos that aren't released yet. So sorry about the little canonical break there if you're watching my videos as they release. Magernia V, we have the Charizard V. This is the promo that came with the UPC. I should probably go. Why am I going so fast? You know, we've already been through them, but I'm going so fast through some of like the best parts. We have the Blaziken V, Talonflame. I actually think I bought this Talonflame as a single, but I don't remember. We have the Houndoom V. We have the Boltund. There's our Pikachu boy. And the Ampharos. Then we have the Focus on Aeolon Executor V, the Trevenant V. Some of these are not super exciting. We have the Eternatus, but that is just a promo. We have the Trash Bag V, Skuntank V, the Trainer Tar, the Crobat, Pidgeot, Weirdeer. I'm burping. We got two of that Slack King boy. I think we have two of these as well. Yeah, the Togekiss Vs. Oh, we have 3 Togekiss Vs. And a oh, was I like doing this? Jesus. We have the Hisuian Zoroark V. Can you tell or I film like a non-standard video? It's like never easy for me. I don't know. This video feels kind of odd to film. Like it's a huge milestone. If you're wondering, you know, I'm filming this for the 1,000 subscriber milestone. But like it's a weird feeling because for me, right now filming this, we haven't hit it yet. We are real close. I think saying how close we are would kind of ruin the authenticity of the video a little bit. We are real close. Like I'm thinking this video might even be out like in a week if I can get this done, you know, fully edited in time. But it's weird like celebrating something for me right now, currently filming, when we haven't technically hit it during the time of the filming. It's a very surreal feeling, and it's kind of hard to explain. Hitting this 1,000 subscriber milestone, you know, took just so much work, like non-stop. Like it depends on what is going on in my life at the time, but oftentimes it's like I get home from work and I either start making thumbnails, or I start making YouTube shorts, or I start editing one of the main videos, or maybe I had them uploading while I was at work, and I get home and I have to actually, you know, get the title for them, the description, the tags, you know, figure out what day it's releasing on, schedule it out, yada yada. The amount of work that goes into this channel is a lot more than I think I had anticipated before I started it. But now we get on to probably the smallest. No, it's not actually. I think it's one card larger than our smallest collection. But this one is really boring. I don't think anybody ever cared about break cards. It's a really small collection, and I don't mind that fact. I don't like them. We have 2 Machamps, we have a Ninetales, we have a second Ninetales, and we have a Lugia. I mean, the Lugia is nice, it's a legendary boy. These were just weird. I don't hate the breaks. They're not bad cards. They just feel like fakes. Like, this feels like the kind of thing, like, you know, you would find at a flea market. Like, some dude just, like, printed off or, like, bought from, you know, some Chinese shop just because they look cool and kids might buy them. They feel like this really, I don't know, bad idea. Breaks are fine. So this actually is my smallest collection. It's very sad. There are a few things that I love to collect in Pokemon that are some of my favorite things out there. Tag Team is one of those. I love like the generic full arts, which now we actually have the trainer gallery and now special illustrations, so that's really up there for me. I also love Delta Species and Ereaders. Tag Teams were another big favorite of mine, and I basically got none, man, and I've got to pick some up. These 2 of them are really sad too, because they're just promos. Granted, they're nice promos from expensive boxes. So here we have the Reshiram and Charizard GX, and then behind it, the Pikachu and Zekrom GX. As far as the actual, like, regular tag teams go, we have Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff GX, and we have the Blastoise and Piplup GX. That's it. That's my whole tag team collection. I want tag team to either come back, or I need to start buying some cards, man. Next section, we are actually going into the EX. Now, currently, my EX collection is combined. This is going to be both from Scarlet and Violet, and from the original EX cards. There's a hair stuck between these, and it is not coming out. Never organize your cards on carpet, kids. Luckily, these are, you know, already protected. There's no chance of them getting damaged from it, but it's just, you're kind of ruining the sleeves a little bit. You have the Mimikyu EX, the Koraidon EX. We have the Pikachu EX. We have the Full Art Arcanine, Iron Tread, Spidops, Magnezone, Full Art Gallade. This is from back in 2015. We have the Mewtwo EX. These are that's from Celebrations. We have the Evolutions Mewtwo EX as well. So fun fact right here. There are 3 Venusaur EX cards in a row here. These are all different Venusaur EXs. This one here is actually a promo. I believe that this one is Generations. And then this guy right here is also a promo. So I'm going to fan all 3 of these out. And I want you guys to tell me which one is the most valuable. I assume that you guys can guess it, but I don't think you'll guess by how much. I'm going to pull up the prices on screen now. Yeah, this guy's pricey. This guy got some value. I used to keep, and I plan on doing it again after this is all done, the 4 most valuable cards in my collection at the front of my hard sleeve binder, and I will be resuming doing that. This guy has been a mainstay in that front page, but it's been a long time since I've reorganized, and there's a chance that he might have gotten dethroned. Alright, more EXs. So we have the Gengar EX here. I actually thought you were a promo, but you're not promo stamped. Interesting. We have the Gardevoir EX, the Mega Gardevoir EX. We have the Volcanon EX, and this is one of those, like, you know, like hybrid cards, and it's always hard to figure out if you're, like, organizing by typing where it would go. You might realize that these are organized by type. I think these ones are. Maybe I'm wrong. Some of them are organized by type just to make it easier to find the duplicates. I don't actually organize them that way in my binder. Yeah, it seems like these ones actually are not. We have the Kyogre EX, the Keldeo EX. Oh, there's the Miraidon, so we're back to the Scarlet and Violet there. The Steelix EX Full Art, not bad looking. The Mega Pidgeot. We have the Red Gyarados. Then we have the Zygarde Dragonite. One of you is... I'm pretty sure this one's a promo. I don't remember. But this one is a very beautiful looking card. I love that Dragonite. Then we have these 2 more standard EXs here, in my opinion. We have the Mega Alakazam. We have the Sceptile. We have the Wailord, the Florges, and finally a Slowbro. What's remaining in here is actually going to be saved for later in the video, because it's like arguably my favorite part of the collection. Like I said, I'm going to save some of the gooder stuff till the end. I was about to say some of the better, and I was also wanting to say some of the good stuff, and it combined into gooder. Well, I guess we can go ahead and do this one. This is another one of the stacks that's going to have some value behind it. God, I always think my collection is larger than it is until I actually, like, do this. Because these are the kind of cards that you really want to aim for. But it's not like it's a small amount, because these things are special. We are on to the rainbow cards. So we have the Thornton Here's a Who. We have the Agatha, the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. We have the Marnie Rainbow, and actually, we have 2 of her. If I recall, this one had some value behind it. Then we have the Leafeon VMAX. You are a shiny. Why are you in here? Told you, we're gonna find some mistakes. I think that was the first, like, real one, though. We have the Zeraora GX. Then we have the Rainbow Birds card with the Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno GX. We have the Alcremie VMAX, the Lunala GX, the Salamence VMAX, Kyurem VMAX, nice and textured there. We have, I don't know how to say your name, we have Morpeko VMAX. Then we have our Espeon GX. This is one of my favorites. It's just a very clean looking card. We have the Kindler, the Professor's Research, which I assume, because that's a mainstay card, might have some value as a rainbow. We have the Trevenant VMAX, the Single Strike Style Mustard, and the Rapid Strike Style Mustard. I believe I have the Rapid we saw earlier as a full art trainer, but I don't have the other. It's one or the other. So it's kind of crazy that I only have one of these as a standard, but I have both of them as a rainbow. That's actually, like, pretty good pull luck there. We have the Aeolin Muck GX, and our last one is a Dragapult VMAX. So not the largest rainbow collection, but I'm happy with it. Alright, we are moving on to the GX cards. Let's set those down to the side, grab myself a little stack, and get going. We have a Gyarados GX. Actually, this little guy was special. He kind of helped me figure out trying to fix lighting earlier. We have another Gyarados GX, the Slaygo, the Espeon. We got two of that Espeon, actually didn't realize that. We have Tapu Koko, a different Tapu Koko. Umbreon, Raichu, the Charizard GX. Always nice to have Charizard on any, like GX or whatever. But if you look down there, he's just a promo, so probably not that great. We have the Dedenne, the Shuckle. I actually think, yeah, this one I bought as a single. This was in one of the videos on the, bonus card of the day. I love my Shuckle boy. Then we have a more standard Shuckle GX. Are they from? Yeah, they're from the same set. Cool, so we have the full art in the standard. And then the Tapu Fini GX. You might be wondering why I have my full art Vs separate from my standard Vs. But with the GX and EX, I don't have the full art separated. It's simply because the collection is too small when it comes to the GX and EX for me to care to separate them. Until the collection is large enough, I'm just throwing them together. Well, that wasn't me, by the way. We have more GXs to go through. We have the Snorlax GX. If I recall, this guy came from one of my earlier videos that I was really excited to film. It was one of those videos that, when my channel was still young, that I'm like, this is gonna be big. I'm really excited to open this, yada yada. And it was because it was 3 boxes, I believe, because they were doing a thing at GameStop where they had overstock of Pokemon, and it was like a massive deal. You could buy 3 of these boxes for nothing. I had actually missed out on the deal. But a guy on eBay didn't, and he was only selling them for $5 more, I think it was. But it was for all 3 of the boxes, for only $5 more than what it was at GameStop, which is a very small price to pay if you missed out on the original deal. And if I recall, I did all of those in the same video, and that is where this Snorlax came from. But we have the Incineroar GX, the Guzzlord. I actually loved that eBay seller. He had even he was a super transparent dude. He's like, yeah, GameStop was doing these things. He had a photo of them all stacked up. He's like, he isn't trying to scalp to an extreme. He's like, $5 more. In my opinion, is he scalping? Yes, but it really wasn't a crazy oh, I'm gonna charge $30 over. But then again, they were overstocked cards. They were things that clearly weren't moving because GameStop was trying to get rid of them. So I imagine even if he was trying to get a major deal out of it, it probably would have blown back in his face. We do have a couple other things other than these hard sleeves that we're going to be going through, but these are of course the main meat. We do have a few other things I want to go through, including my stamped card collection. But you guys will have to wait to see that. Wow, it's wild that the next one I'm grabbing just happens to be the V-Stars, and we still haven't gone through the standard VMAXs yet. Anyways, let's kind of split this pile apart a little bit. I have a lot more V-Stars than I realized when I was going through organizing. It had been so long since I organized. I actually just had my V-Stars in with the VMAXs. They were just one page behind, and then I had those. I didn't have them split apart yet. There were only 3 or 4. And now there are so many I'm adding to this thing. We have the Regigigas V-Star, the Aeolin Vulpix, the Mewtwo right there from Go. We have the Glacian, the Zoroark, a second Zoroark, a third but different Zoroark. Origin Form Dialga. We have the Simisear doing his piss bending. We have the Unknown V-Star, the Magnezone. We have the Lucario V-Star. We have 2 of them that both came in those ETBs. This one is still in the original wrapper. This one has been resealed by me in a better wrapper. That's why this one still has the code card on it. I guarantee you someone's already used it, but hey, if they didn't, you can try it. We have a Kleavor and a Lucario. But we have more! We have the Leafeon, we have the Dragonite, a different Dragonite, that same Dragonite, the same Dragonite again. We have the Charizard V-Star, this was also from the Charizard UPC, a beautiful looking card. Another Charizard, we have the Arceus V-Star, which if I recall is the second, last time I checked, was the second highest valued card in the Crown Zenith set. Just stunning card here. I remember when I pulled it, I was excited. I was really excited when I saw it. I actually didn't know how high the value was. But when I went back and edited the video, I did not show my excitement the way that I actually felt it. We have 2 of the Arceus V-Stars here, but then we have the Metal Arceus V-Star right there in front of them. So this one is a bit more special than the other 2. Okay, we are finally on to the VMAXs. So, starting off with the Pikachus, we have the Flying Pikachu, a second Flying Pikachu, a third Flying Pikachu, a Surfing Pikachu. Yeah, it's got 3 of one and 1 of the other. We have the Pikachu VMAX, we have our Jolteon boy, love that little guy. We have the Dracozolt, Morpeko, Tapu Koko, the Blaziken. Fun story. Let's go ahead and separate this guy. So, I mentioned it back when I first bought this, but I intentionally bought this Japanese card on eBay for a specific purpose. This is incorrect artwork. If I recall correctly, the issue with the art is right there. I believe it's that line going up above the eye isn't supposed to be there. There isn't a line that goes above the eye, like right there. Maybe I can highlight it with my, like, in post. It was believed that when this mistake happened, what's interesting is the Pokemon Company, like, actually, like, mentioned it, and I think they apologized for it. A little bit of an overreaction, honestly, it's very minor. People were believing that when this came out in English, they would fix that error. And so this card might get some more value to have it in Japanese because you have the original, mistaken artwork. Issue is, I never actually followed up on this to see if the English one had that or not. I think it might still have it, and therefore this card is not special. I'll confirm or deny here on screen, is this card actually special because of that error, or is it just normal? I should at least go buy the English version, probably a good idea. Anyways, we have the Cinderace, we have the Heatran, the Cinescorch, the Charizard VMAX from Darkness Ablaze. Pulled this thing again when the channel was still young, and I bought a Darkness Ablaze booster box. Then we have the promo Charizard VMAX, also from the UPC, I believe. We have the EV and the EV, both from ETBs. Then we have that same Ditto from earlier, but now not shiny. Maybe this is what I was thinking of that we got two of. That might have been it. We have the Togekiss, we have the Salamence, the Ice Rider Calyrex, the Blastoise VMAX. This is a promo, but god, it's beautiful. I love that thing. We have the Inteleon, the Kingler, the Gyarados, the Mew, and the Mew. Don't worry, we got plenty more. I guess it's a good time for me to point out, I don't like VMAX. I think that most of these cards are boring. Like, this one is special. It's like it's not an alt art, but it's a trainer gallery. Like, this one's cool. There are some nice ones. Standard VMAXs suck because it is just the same. The backgrounds and stuff. Okay, I keep getting like more special ones, but there's a golden boy, and there's another trainer gallery. But like all of this, like the wispy colors and stuff, they all feel so samey. I've complained about this so many times on this channel. I just generally don't like VMAXs. Some look cool, and I don't know, when they're all in a binder together, especially, and you're looking at all of them, it's nice to have these kind of VMAXs that break things up. But in general, I also love that one. They just feel so samey, and it doesn't look nice to have them all together. I mean, some stand out a bit more than others when like Venusaur here is taking up most of the cards, so you're not really seeing that same color wispies going on. I don't think it's a bad design. They could have done that, but like maybe for like 1 or 2 sets, and then like mix it up and yada yada. It was just way too much of an archetype. Like when they did Delta Species back in the day, you had Delta Species written up here. That was it. Everything else could be unique to that card / Pokemon. And so many of other card archetypes are the same, like Vs. I mean, V full arts are, a bit more lame. Because they're all very, like, standard. They set so many, it feels like one of those issues where they set a lot of roles for what defined a VMAX until they started to mix things up later in the Sword and Shield era. I felt like they set a lot of roles for what could be a VMAX card, and it kind of ruined them a little bit. But that's just me. I mean, everyone's going to have their own opinions. I'm sure there's people out there that absolutely love these things. I don't hate them. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to have these things in the collection. I'd still rather have these than, 500 of the same Caterpie, common. But they're, out of any, like, the special card archetypes, these are a bit lower on the food chain for me. Alright, let's start getting a little bit more retro. We're not going to go to the vintage collection yet, but we kind of are. I actually have these ones separate. It's very sad. This is my first edition collection. It's a very sad collection. Don't expect to see some big old things here. But these things are so old. With being first edition cards, I felt like it was a crime to have so few of them and not have them in hard sleeves. So there is the Dark Magneton. It's probably the best one here, in all honesty. I do love that one. It felt like it would be a crime to not have these things in hard sleeves, even though the value on all of these probably isn't that high. One of these is kind of special. There it is. You might notice that is not Hypno. That is Hypnomade. This is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Spanish? I don't know. It could also be German. If it is German, this is worth a fair amount more. I'm bad with my languages. I mentioned that 100 times. You can show me 300 different languages. I cannot tell you which one's which unless it is English. I'm really bad about that. I remember at one point I thought this was German, so it might actually be what it is, but some of it seems kind of Spanish to me. Oh, maybe it's French. I couldn't tell you. Either way, if you guys don't know, really old Pokemon cards, like the first couple sets, German cards actually have a very interesting place in the market because there are so few of them produced that technically getting a, let's say it's this Krabby, just to prevent confusion. Let's say this Krabby, you had it in English, you had it in Japanese, and you had it in German. If you were to find people who collect the German cards, it is worth more than the English and Japanese versions because there are less of them. It is a more rare card. Again, I've just been told that. I haven't looked into it a whole lot. That could be complete bullcrap, but that's what I was told. But then we have an Energy Search, and we have a Venonat. We're only down to a couple left, so I believe we are going to move on to possibly my favorite part of the collection, and I'm so happy that thanks... Oh, what? I have another thing over here. What are you? What is you? Okay, yeah, that one will go soon. Anyways, there's another big old pile here. These are what I used to call the generic full arts, and I believe I will continue calling them that. These are full art cards that aren't like V's or VMAXs, and they're not like an alternate art crazy thing. They're just cards with a normal name, no crazy archetype, just nice full artwork. Now, there used to be, this collection was a lot smaller, and I got some older boys in here, some special boys in here, but now that we have the Trainer Gallery and Galarian Gallery and the Illustration Rares, this thing is bulked up. This is my favorite part of modern Pokemon collecting, and even, I get it, you know, a lot of these things don't have much value behind them, but I don't collect just for value. The main reason I collect is because I enjoy the hobby and I enjoy the artwork. And these things are just like the essence of why I love card collecting. I will always love these. There's always the generic full arts were always like a favorite part of my collection, but now that it has been so vastly expanded on, with the Galarian Gallery, the Trainer Gallery, all of that, like, it is my favorite part of modern collecting. So I have to say, out of everything we've gone through, this might be, like, the thing that I like to go back to the most and prefer to collect. I have quite a bit here for us to go through. There's our Bronzong, the Babarrel, secondary Babarrel, Galarian Articuno, we have the Galarian Zapdos, I got them all traced somewhere. We have the Kricketune, we have the Weirdeer, then we actually have the Weirdeer in, I assume Japanese, that could be in Korean. We have the Magnezone, we have the Kirlia, the Eevee, the Dusknoir, the Mew, we have Phalanx, another favorite of mine. We have the Stoutland, well, favorite for the artwork at least. Oranguru. This Pikachu has some crazy value behind it. This actually came from another, well, not crazy, but crazy for it being a promo at least. This actually came from another box that I had done early in the channel's life. And I didn't expect the value to shoot up as high as it did. I don't know exactly what it's at. I could have shot back down. You guys will have seen it. We have the full art Pikachus here, another Pikachu, and this is another slightly older one from back in 2016. This is more of what I meant by generic full art. This is before Trainer Gallery and all of that. We have this Arceus here. Just a nice looking card that was just kind of thrown into a promo box. Like, I have always loved these, and that's why I love Trainer Gallery so much. But then we have the Zekrom, the really stoned looking Gengar, the Cast Form Alcremie, the Full Art Zapdos here. It's from Generations as well, I believe. We have the Dunsparce, the Toxicity, the Miraidon, that came from the ETB. We have the Octillery, we have the Charizard here in Japanese, I believe. We have the Corridon, the Ditto. We actually got two of that little guy. There's the Galarian Moltres. I knew he was somewhere. This is one of my favorites. It's from back in 2017. It's a promo card. He looks terrified. Like, he is seeing something that no one should see. I don't know, I just love it. I think it's supposed to make him look fearsome, but he looks fearful. We have the Piplup, and finally we have the Snorlax. Just want this stack to keep growing. Alright, so we're only down to a couple things left. This is another favorite of mine. A lot of these, again, are not high enough value to need being sleeved, but because of the pages that I use, and because these cards are old enough, I decided I wanted to just go ahead and sleeve all of them, the hard sleeve all of them. And I know some people are probably looking at this like, why are you wasting hard sleeves on those? It's the way I organize things, and I'm big on protecting cards. These are the e-readers, and yes, for some reason I even did the energies. That probably was not necessary. We have our only shiny stuff on a card here with this reverse Ninjask. But then we get onto the actual e-readers. We have the Trico, Coughing, a different Coughing, a Vileplume. I'm a big fan of the e-readers. I would love to continue collecting these. Same with the Delta species. My Delta species collection is nowhere near the size that it is worth me trying to organize. I probably only have a handful. But one day I will get all of them together, get a bunch of them, and get me a Delta species collection. We have our Trapinch, our Corphish, Wingull, Mudkip, Wailmer. Then on the next stack, we actually have another Wailmer here. We have the Vulpix, the Combuskin, God, I can't say it now. The Torchic, the Camerupt, Energy, Mareep, and like some of these probably have much higher value than others. I can't really tell you off the bat. We have the Flaffy, Electabuzz. I assume that this Raichu is going to be one of the higher valued ones. I really love the artwork on this guy. He is also a rare. And I don't know, it's one of my favorite of these e-readers. It might actually be my favorite e-reader that I have. So I'm hoping this guy has got some value behind it. Then we have the Pikachu and the same Pikachu again. Now, some of the cards in this next section, you have to understand, I have been storing cards in these hard sleeves for a long time. Some of these are probably so low value they do not deserve to be in this section. But I haven't updated the prices and haven't like re-examined them in a very, very long time, and I probably sleeved some things just because I liked them and they didn't actually deserve it value-wise. Don't judge me too harshly. But these are my vintage cards. You also need to be a little bit lighter on the judging here, because everybody's a different term for vintage. My general rule of thumb, although I'm not very like strict on this, is if it's before 2010, I'm okay with putting them in here. I prefer older than that to consider it vintage, but that's like the highest I'm willing to go. I doubt anything in here is past that unless I made a mistake. But we have the Holo, or is it a reverse? I don't know. The Delta species Starmie. Big fan of that one. We have a Holo Machamp right here from back in 2009, so that one is cutting it kind of close. That was 2005. We have the base set 2 Holo Clefairy. We have, from back in 2006, a Holo Swampert. From back in Fossil set, we have the Holo Zapdos. Then we have the Jungle Flareon, the promo Pikachu from all the way back in 2000. That's from back in 2000. I believe there's also a movie promo of this card. I'm fairly certain it's the exact same card, but it has the WB Kids thing here. I could be wrong on that. We have the Jungle Holo Vaporeon. We have the Delta species Salamence. I remember actually buying this thing from one of my card stores, and when I got home and I had checked the price on it, I had way underpaid for this thing. I got a killer deal on this. I just don't remember how much it's worth. We have the... This is just base set, the Holo Poliwrath there. This Charmander's in here for a very specific reason. This is my only shadowless card. This is a base set shadowless Charmander. I actually have, for some reason, almost like 10 base set Charmanders, but this is the one that's shadowless. Then this guy's a bit more beat up than some of the others. Actually, it's not as bad as I remember. We have a... I don't remember what set you are. From 2001, we have an Umbreon. We have the Rockets Scyther from back in 2000. That is Gym Challenge, I do believe. Another nice looking holo. I believe that one has some value behind him. I think this one might too, because we have the holo from Jungle. Then we have from 2004, just a nice looking little Pidgeotto. Neogenesis, I want to say, is what that set is. I'm so bad with some of these sets. 2000 is a holo Jumpluff. We have the Dark Raichu from 2002. We have the Wizards of the Coast promo Reverse Entei here. Then we have the Holo Azumarill from 2001, Unknown J promo from 2001. Fun fact, this promo actually came with one of the VHSs. I think it might have been for a movie, but it might have just been for an episode. I don't remember. But yeah, this came with a Pokemon VHS. A weird fact, I own like 3 or 4 Pokemon VHSs. I don't think any of them are like valuable or rare, but I have some. We have a Fossil Holo Muck. I actually had a lot of the movies on VHS as a young child. I'd say it was when I was in high school that we got rid of them, because we had a giant VHS collection from growing up. We had boxes full of VHSs. We didn't have a VHS player anymore, and my mom knew of somebody who wasn't doing so well financially, and she had kids, and they basically had no form of entertainment. And so they had a VHS player, and we donated all of them to that lady. Some of those are actually considered collectible now and are worth some money. We donated all of them to that family. But we have the Holo Brock's Ninetales. Again, another card from 2000. We have the promo Mewtwo. That's just little hairs there, little fibers of carpet. We have the base set 2 Holo Wigglytuff. I think he might be a little beat up. No, I think it's just the sleeve. This is like the top of the sleeve. But we have from Fossil the Japanese Kabutops there. Koga's Beedrill. I should mention that almost all of these cards I am price checking from TCG Player. Pretty much every single one I am doing the market price from TCG Player. Probably should have mentioned that earlier. I found that to be the most reliable way to value your cards, aside from doing it manually from eBay. But then you also have the issue of how are you actually doing it? Are you doing it efficiently? How many things are you actually finding? Yada, yada, yada. But Japanese cards, I'm going to try, like any foreign cards, I'm going to try and do through eBay if I can. Anyways, this card, I don't even know if it's worth much, but I bought it. It is 2010 because it says Seeker. In my original username is Seeker227. On this channel, it's Junk Seeker. I thought it was a funny little thing to pick up. We have the Celebi Prime from 2010. The Team Flare Battle Compressor 2014. That should go in a different category, but I think this one had some money behind it. That's why it's in this hard sleeve. I'm going to put that in a different category. But then we have the Togepi from the year 2000. Is it the biggest vintage collection? No. Do I have more vintage cards? Yes, I have a lot more, but most of them aren't really worth anything. To be fair, I haven't gone through them in probably like a year or so I should probably do that again, but these were, at least at the time, the best vintage things that I had. Alright, we have 2 sections left, then I have a couple other little tiny things. This is where things get valuable, as if they haven't already been already. We have the alt arts, very small little section here. I don't really buy alt art singles. I don't think I ever have. Just did a little check off camera. No, these are all pulls. It's fun to try and actually pull things yourself. Plus, these can be pricey, and I prefer, I'm going to be buying packs anyways. I prefer not to go broke trying to buy them. But we have the Lumineon V. We have my favorite of any of our alt arts, the Zeraora V, and if I remember correctly, this was my first ever alt art. I remember it was when I first saw this thing, I actually saw it in the little player's book that came with the ETB for the set, and I was like, I want that card, I want that, and then we got it. We managed to pull it in a video. Maybe one of my favorite cards in the collection. Then we actually have our Celebi V, and fun fact about the Celebi V, we have 2. Very small alt art collection, but we got 2 of the same, so not terrible. I think it's around probably $30. Then we have the Arceus V alt art. That one's definitely not going to be a cheap boy. We have the Blissey V, maybe one of the least valuable ones in here if I had to guess. But I could be wrong. I think Pokemon Go made a lot of people fall in love with Blissey. If you guys were around for Pokemon Go back when it first started, Well, back, not when I first started, back when it was still young. Blissey, I don't know what Pokemon Go is like today. I haven't played it in a long time, let alone done any actual, taking over of gyms. If you saw a Blissey on a gym, you only really wanted to go after it if it was already dying, or if you didn't really have any other gyms to go to, because these things sucked to take down. And I feel like that actually hyped up Blissey a lot, along with the fact that Blissey has like the most experience drop, I believe, out of any Pokemon in any Pokemon game. Blissey is like a good thing to farm for power leveling. I feel like Blissey's gotten some more some more fans out there, with those changes. Although the experience thing's been a thing for a long time. I remember Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. You would have people who you'd like build like your own little hideouts in that game, and you could fight the trainers in those hideouts. And there are QR codes that I'm sure still exist to this day. I probably did it again probably only a couple years ago. You scan the QR codes to get those hidden bases, and you go there, and their team is just all Blissies. So you can just wipe out their Blissies, get a crap ton of experience. They usually teach their Blissies moves that make them a lot more killable and less lethal, so you can even power level really weak little guys. That was like the best power leveling in Pokemon history, as far as I know, as far as I've ever actually done. But then we have the Mewtwo V from the Go set, and I think he's the most valuable card in the set. I could be wrong on that, but I believe this is it. Confirm or deny up here. If there is a more valuable card, show a picture of it. Yeah, there it is. And then I thought it was fitting to save this one for last. This is actually the section that this belongs in. We have our last rather large-sized stack here. And that's because these are the others. Some of these things don't even have value at all, and some really do, but didn't really fit in any certain category. And some of them don't deserve to be hard sleeved whatsoever. Some of them I just sleeve because I like them. I want to keep them protected. I want them to be in the binder that I will show to people or go through myself for fun. This is the weird, wacky category where some things need explanation. I actually have some of these hollow energies in here. I actually have more hollow energies that I don't have in here that I need to throw in it, because I recently made the decision to throw these things in here. But then we have the Garchomp C level X. There's a decent amount of celebrations in here as well. We have the Groudon, the Luxray. I think these are like promos from certain boxes, or maybe McDonald's promos that like ended up getting like higher value. I don't remember. I believe you are from the McDonald's thing. I also love the Prism cards, and any of these Prism cards that actually have the holo here, I want to eventually build a collection of. But until then, they go in the other category. Oh, what else we got here? I think that's more McDonald's things. These probably really don't deserve to be in here, but they are anyways. There's another Prism. We have the Darkrai. This one might seem a little weird unless you have already noticed. Ditto Stamp. This is a non-peeled Numel Ditto card. So if you peel the front, you get the Ditto. This is another Ditto card. That is an energy. And that is an actual peeled Ditto. Wait, actually, that's another Ditto card. You have the Spinnerack. The energy is actually not the main focus here. I just used this as something to put the sticker on. I realized when I was organizing, this sticker is kind of like started to peel. You see that? It started lifting up even though it's been in this hard sleeve. I didn't put it on that poorly, but it has this like bubble in it now. I need to try. Wow, did that actually just fix it? No, there's a little bubble there. I need to try and fix this thing up better. I actually had it on there really good, but it looks like these stickers aren't really good at resealing. But yeah, that Ditto originally was had this Bidoof over it, and I just used that as a basis to put it on. But let's see here. We have the Holo Venusaur, the Forest Seal Stone. Can someone explain this to me in the comments, please? This card is worth like $10 last I checked. You guys will see. I've already seen the price. I also have the Earthen Seal Stone. It's also a holo. You can also only get it as a holo, just like this one, and it's worth less than $1. It's like 20 cents maybe. But this one's like $10. Can someone explain to me why? Then we have the Blaine's Charmander from Gym Challenge. We have the Giovanni's Pinsir. These need to go in the Vintage selection. I don't know why they're in the other. I actually just put these in here yesterday. I don't know why I did that. We have the Dark Hypno. I'm going to have a decent amount of these I need to throw over there. I told you we're going to find some mistakes. Here they are. Sabrina's Abra right there. Okay, pull those to the side. We have our Holo Blastoise. So these next 3 cards are a little weird upon first inspection. Why do I have a Hawlucha, Tangrowth, and Magcargo here? Well, to the keen-eyed, looking over there at the left side of the Magcargo, these are cards that were crimped when they sealed the packs. This is actually my first ever crimped card right here, and it might even be the best crimp I have. You can see the lines where they sealed the pack on the card. Actually, Tangrowth is pretty good crimp too. This Magcargo isn't the best. You can see it kind of like goes away here. On the back of it, it's a bit easier to make out, I think, on this one. Yeah, it's not the best crimp. Yeah, these are a type of misprint. I don't personally think they belong in the misprint category. Some people put them there, some people don't. I don't believe that they belong there. But to my knowledge, they have some extra value because of that. But compared to most misprints, they're really not that special. But I love them. I think it's a unique thing to try and keep your eye out for. I've also heard people can fake those. I'm sure you can. I don't know if the value is worth trying to do, though. But then we have the special delivery Charizard here, and then the card, you know, like the verification card there. And we have a second special delivery Charizard. This one's actually still in the original wrapper, and so that's kind of stretching the sleeve a little bit, but it still has that in it. Then we have the Prism Star Arceus, we have the Cleffa, the Light Dugong, that needs to go in the vintage. We have the Hollow Raichu, this is from Evolutions, it's not the original, but a really nice card. We have the... Come on, we have the Claydol right there, we have a Reverse Inteleon. Things have probably changed, but I tend to price check my reverses, and this thing was like really high for a reverse. Most reverses are not that valuable. I don't remember what it was at. You guys will have seen the price on screen. Things have probably changed, because it was absurd that this thing was as high as it was. But when I saw that price, I'm like, you're going in a hard sleeve, buddy. Let's see here. Whoa, I'm throwing things now. We have a Pikachu. We have a Pikachu Libre, which I actually think has some money behind them. We got 2 of those. We have the Flying Pikachu, Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu. You are also going in the vintage. We have the Birthday Pikachu. We have another vintage here with a promo Zapdos, Black Star promo. Then we have the Rockets Zapdos. We have the Dragapult, a second Dragapult. We have the Greninja Gold Star. Here comes Team Rocket. Then we have... Oh, whoops. Nope, that one, that's a favorite of mine. We have the Morpeko V Union. There's a reason that it's in here and the other V Unions aren't. I will capture a little video for you guys. A long time ago, I had an idea to frame these V-Unions. I thought it was a really unique thing. I bought the frames, I framed them. I made a mistake, as you guys will see. I kept them in the hard sleeves, and it kind of ruined the effect. I should have taken them out, but I didn't. It's a little too late now. I should go back and fix it, but I've been too lazy. But anyways, I didn't want to buy more frames yet to do these, but I think they're doing more V-Unions again, and so I should probably buy more frames. But until then, this little guy's sitting here. So this card was purchased and shown off in a big video of mine when we went to Yamacon for the second time. This card, I do believe, is German, but the biggest reason why I bought it, and why I love it, and why it's hard-sleeved, is just the translation. Here we have, I do believe, a German Squirtle. But in Germany, it seems that his name is Shiggy. I was dying when we were at that dude's booth. We're going through cards, and he had some other foreign cards and stuff mixed in with the English cards, and I almost just went past it. But something caught, right? Like, maybe it's because I'm dyslexic, but something caught when I was going through, and I could tell that it didn't say Squirtle. I didn't notice that said KP or anything else like that. That felt off, and I did a double take. Shiggy. The dude running the booth didn't even realize that he was like, oh man. He was like, I did not know this thing was in there. I am so happy about this. This is just a base set Squirtle from 1999. It's just a base set German Squirtle. But it says, Shiggy, this is my favorite thing in the collection. I don't know if anything will surpass the Shiggy. So I am so happy to have this thing. I intentionally wanted this card to be the last thing shown in this video, well, in the main part of this video. There's our Shiggy with our Squirtle. Hey, editor man here. I forgot about this card. It's not in the rest of the collection because it's a bit special, and we actually had a plan on something I wanted to do with this. Don't worry, that beat up stuff is the sleeve. It's a long story there. Card's in great condition. It's been signed by the voice actress for Ash's Railu from the anime. If you watched the Yamacon video, then you've seen that, along with a bunch of other signed cards, but this was the only signed Pokemon card. Anyways, then we go on to a more interesting collection. I haven't added onto it for a little bit. There's some other things I want to add. This, you might recognize as very old artwork. This is an official binder. I ordered this thing on eBay from a Japanese seller, because this is a Japanese binder. I can't remember what set it's from. It was expensive. Like, the dude wasn't going cheap on it, but it is an old set. I can't remember which one it was. What matters is it has my boy on it. And it has my boy on it. Absol is my favorite Pokemon, and this is my Absol collection. I sadly don't have the most expensive Absol card, because I don't want to buy it. It's a lot of money. I will have it one day. But we have our Mega Absol EX, our Absol EX, we have Absol G, we have the Plasma, Team Plasma Absol there. Then we have our reverse little Absol here, we have a holo here, we have a holo there, and a holo here. But I am even doing the basic commons and all that fun stuff. I don't know why there are two in here. I don't know, one of the, like, doesn't look like a holo. I think it was just a mistake that I put two of this Absol in here, but there's two of the same one. Then we have a reverse there, a standard Absol there. There have been more Absol cards that I have pulled and more that have been printed since the last time I added on to this. I still have to go through my collection to get more. But we do have, that's a standard, that's a standard, and that's a standard. Then we have this weird thing that I bought. It's Pokemon Advanced is what it says on it. I don't know. It's a weird little thing. Then we have a Japanese holo Absol there. We have a reverse from the Lost Zone right there. And we have Absol Prime. But then finally, I believe the only jumbo ever made, we have the Mega Absol EX. I want sleeves I can put these big boys in. But for now, he's just kind of sitting in the back of this. Can I also say, these binders are, like, fantastic. And I want the Pokemon to get back to doing these. You don't sleeve your card. Let's probably do it this way so it actually stays in focus. You don't sleeve your cards from here. There's no opening here. You go from behind. And you have a little flap right here. If I can get the glare on it. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see it. It might be a little too bright, though. Focus over here, camera, please. Please, camera. You have this little flap that you open, and then you insert the card, the flap goes down, and the card is just like, it's in there, man. You don't have to worry about, like, shaking the binder sideways and them falling out, or them falling out upside down. They're held in by those flaps. I love these binder pages. They're really cool, and it's the only time I've ever seen that, at least in person. Yeah, really happy with my little Absol collection. It definitely has some more things to throw in it, and some more cards I would like to pick up. But yeah, neat little sub collection of mine. But then the final thing for today's video is my other sub collection. Big binder, not full. I'm hoping to fill this thing up eventually. I know it'd be easier if I took these out of the binder to show them to you guys, but I just kind of didn't feel like doing it, so I didn't. These are my stamped cards. So we're going to start from up. God, it's going to be really hard to show you guys. I really didn't think this through. We're going to do it this way. That was probably really loud. I'm really close to the microphone. We have the Enhanced Hammer, Acro Bike, the Rescue Stretcher, the Escape Board. You might notice that some of these are pretty well organized, but that organization goes away the further we get. We have the Full Flame, the Platinum Dialga, the Platinum Meowth, we have the Platinum Giratina, and we have the Platinum Pikachu. Well, Pichu. Then we have the GameStop Flapple, the GameStop Duraludon, Holon Phantoms Aggron. We have the Delta Species Dragon Frontiers Mareep, Delta Species Dragon Frontiers Nidoran, Delta Species Dragon Frontiers Seadra. Then we have the Diamond and Pearl Lucario, Diamond and Pearl Happiny, Porygon 2. We have the Archeops, Rapidash. We have the Shuckle from Unseen Forces. We have our Torchic there, the Lombre, the Numel, I don't know how to say that, Crystal, We have this Wish Cash. He's actually kind of beat up. It's kind of hard to tell from here. We have the Strength Charm. There's a lot. This is my favorite little thing to collect for. It's probably the worst way to show it off. We're doing it anyways. We have the Gengar, the Machamp, the Samurott, Tapu Lele, the Dark Octillery. We have our Mareep, Detective Pikachu, Double Full Heal, Colossal. We have our Lucario, Liepard, another Flapple from GameStop. We have the Colossal, we have the Stamped Pokemon Center right down there. Miraidon, we have the Skarmory, Movie Electabuzz. The other stamped, we have the Koraidon with the Pokemon Center there. We have our third place Shelmet, sorry, misspoke there. And finally, on the last page, we have the Quackavole, the Revavroom, we have the first place Marowak, we have the Trevenant, the Delta species Larvitar, and then we have 3 Lechonks, that one being from GameStop, that one being from the Pokemon Center, and that one also being from the Pokemon Center. Maybe I'll have to show those off again in another video with it being a bit less jank than that. But, yeah, I absolutely love collecting stamped cards. I don't know why. It's this weird little sub-collection of mine. I really need to grow it more. I actually have more stamped cards, but they're for bonus cards. They're the bonus card of the day segment, and so I can't really do anything with them as of yet. Now, of course, there is more. I have, obviously, a sealed product that's waiting to be opened in videos. I have a binder full of holos, and then ETB full of the same holos, but as duplicates. Some of those are going to have value behind them, and I missed them at one point, or the value has shot up since I last checked, and so they're not going in the thing yet, and I don't want to go through all of the holos in this video, or this video would like triple in length. Of course, reverses, you can have some high value reverses like that one in Teleon. Maybe I can go ahead and take a flip through this, because we also have our jumbos, but then I have another jumbo binder, so like we have the Dragapult VMAX, we have the Kramerot V, the Eldegoss, the Blastoise, the Venusaur. There's just so much that I couldn't actually fit all of it into the video. So the title does say my entire Pokemon collection, but I figured most of you guys want to see me sorting through like 12,000 or 13 or 14, how many thousands of cards I have, you know, all the commons and the bulk and all of that. That would be boring. Of course, like I have figures, I have all of this crap that if I actually wanted to show you everything, I would have to destroy my house to even get it all together. But I hope that this video was entertaining for you guys. I hope that this was comprehensive enough of my collection here. This is probably just another jank way to show these things. Like I am like blocking half of them in the glare and yada yada. This video has taken forever to film. It is over an hour in length so far. Editing is obviously going to take that time down, but it's also taking a long time to edit. I cannot thank you guys enough for being here, for getting me to that 1,000 subscriber milestone. That is a huge milestone, and I hope it is just the first one along the way. Oh, I guess 100 is also a big thing too. I have been working more and more on trying to up things on this channel. I'm hoping to start posting more content, but they might be a little bit less filled. So if I have like a V-Box and has 4 packs in it, that's what we're doing. But maybe we'll get an extra video that week as well. And instead of doing like a V-Box and trying to throw extra packs in there to spice up that one video, I'm going to start trying to get content to you guys more often. I'm already uploading shorts pretty much every day now. I do community polls every other day. But the main form videos are the big meat of it. And now that I've hit this point, I would like to try and boost it up even more. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I really hope to see you guys in the next one. And a massive thank you for this 1,000 subscriber milestone. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. And hopefully, I will see all of you guys next time. Goodbye for now. Hey, editor man here. I'm basically just finishing up the video, and I realized I should probably include this. The prices will not be quite doing this in such a poor way, but this is actually, I'm running an Android emulator to do TCG Player's app. It's a better, more secure way of making sure you don't lose your list. Anyways, that is the current value of every card that you saw in the video. If you go back and try to do the math and add all those up, it's not going to work. It took me multiple days to edit this video, to have to price check every single card and do all of that. It's been at least a week or so of editing. Of course, I took 1 or 2 days to kind of not do that. So if you do the math, it won't quite add up. But that is every card that you saw in the video at the current price of me right now recording at $3,621.28 with 881 cards shown in this one video. Just figured I'd make a neat little after thing. And of course, you're one of the most valuable cards. I have them sorted here. So you have Lily's Full Force at 112 right there. Then we have the Arceus V-Star. We have the Merriam, the Venusaur EX. And of course, number 5 there is my favorite boy, the Zeraora V. Okay, bye. That's actually the end of this time. This was a super long video. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for getting me to at least 1,000 of you guys, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one.